What is up, guys? Welcome to the next lesson. Previously we talked about ad types. Now I want to talk about ad copy. Ad copy is basically the words that you actually use in your ad, which is text, the actual text, which is a huge factor of if your product is going to be or your ad is going to work good or it's not, because that's what essentially sells them on the product or the idea to even go to your website. Okay. Now there is a misconception here that people just don't really put time into ad copy. They just put some words that talk about a coupon code, limited time, do you like this, click here, which is disgusting because you're not really giving soul to the ad. You're just gambling in a way. You know what I mean? So I want to mention this number one rule. And I think I mentioned this before, but people don't buy products. Okay, people do not buy products. They don't buy the product that they see. They buy the story that they play in their head. Okay? Now, obviously, when they buy a product, they actually buy the physical product, but the mental thing that's going on in their mind is not like, oh, I see this and I'm buying it. Okay? What they're actually buying is the story that they're telling themselves about this product. So it can be anything from, let's say we're talking about a coffee company, right? Or this is actually tea. Now, let's say a tea company decides to sell their some of their tea. Now, you'll notice that when tea or any product actually sells their product, they don't just show you like, oh, look at this tea, 20% off. They have a story together with this product. You might see like a mother after a stressful day going, after she's been bothered by her kids at work, sitting on the couch, filling some water, heating it up, pouring it into a cup, and then drinking and relaxing. So that's the story. Like, people will see that and be like, for me to not be stressed or for me to be relaxed, I need to drink tea. That's the story that they actually tell you. That's the story that they're trying to implement in your mind, because there's a big difference between just showing you a bag of tea and to actually show you this story. Same thing with, let's say, headphones. You'll notice that every single headphone company has their like specific customer, has their like their ideal client. If it's Beats, which is more like to the musician artist industry. If it's, let's say, Monster, that's what it's called. Or like, sorry, Skull Candy, which is another headphone company, which is more targeted on skaters. And then you have, let's say, JBL, which is more for like musicians and people actually respect the sound. Same thing with Bose. And what I'm saying is that every single product has a specific story behind it. Every single company has a story. They're targeting a specific type of person. That's what you need to understand. So when you're actually doing your ad copy, and in general, when you're marketing your ad, you want to make sure that you're seeing through the eyes of the customer. Who is your customer? Okay, first of all, who really is he? What makes them tick? And why do they need your product? Okay, why do they need it? Who is he? What makes them tick? And why do they need your product? Those are the three questions you want to ask yourself every single time you release a product. I'm going to give you an example for differences between good copy and bad copy. Okay, to the same exact product. Now, let's say we take this LED collar. Okay, this dog LED collar. Now, what does it say here? Love this LED dog collar. Get it today for 50% off with free shipping. Get it here with the link. Only 250 left. Get it before they're gone. Now, some of you might look at this and be like, oh, this is actually pretty good. It's talking to the customer. Love this LED dog collar. Get it today for 50% off. Cool discount. Free shipping. Link. Scarcity. What can go wrong? This type of ad is the lowest that you can get with actually creativity, because you're not really selling anything here. You're just expecting that the customer will want this enough to click and actually buy it. There's no sell. The best sell happens when the customer sells it to themselves. And you're not giving reasons here for the customer to sell it to themselves. You're just hoping that enough people will stumble upon this and actually buy it. The reason is because there's no story here. There's no pain and there's no emotion. There's a lot of other things that this doesn't contain, but mainly there's no story, no pain, and no emotion. Ads like these, advertisers that run ads like these are more in the gambling mentality. And by gambling, I mean there's nothing specifically bad about like running these specific ads when you're, let's say, releasing 300 ads a day or 200 ads a day where you're playing a numbers game. But when you're not playing a numbers game, you're basically destroying your conversion rates, or you're not really going to have a winning product if you do not give juice to the ad, if you do not create a story behind it. Now let me show you the exact same product, but with a different ad copy. Okay. Now, below this is like the copy that you see here, and then below it there's the image, the same video. I just can't show it here because it were just like too big, sorry, and it went through the page. But this is the copy. This is how it starts until the end. Over 6 million dogs were killed last year. Car accident statistics are scary and real. That's why we created the LED collar. Get yours here, the link. 10% of profits are donated to the Soy Dog Foundation. Most of the time dogs are hit for a simple reason: they cannot be seen at night if for some reason they wander into the road. The driver only spots them once it's too late. Even with a light colored dog, at night every dog becomes a hidden target. Get the collar here, link. 20% off for Dog Awareness Week. Use code LED. So, how do we help stop these easily preventable deaths? Simple. Make you and your dog more visible at night. With our dog LED collars, you and your dog will be spotted immediately no matter how dark. Get the collar here, link. 20% off for Dog Awareness Week. Use code LED. Don't become a statistic. Now, there's a lot of things that actually came into play here. First of all, I created a story. It's known that this is, just a quick disclaimer, I did not invent this marketing angle. This product has been super viral in past years, and people that sold this made, the company that sold this and picked this angle made, if I'm not mistaken, a good 8 figures, if not more, from selling this product. Not because the product is a winner. This LED collars have been sold since 2005 probably, but it became viral after this angle was taken. Because now they're not selling an LED collar anymore. They're selling a lifesaver for their dog. You understand the difference? This ad is selling an LED collar. This ad is selling is basically saving their dog's life. That's the difference, even though it's the same product. There's a pain factor, it's very emotion driven, discount reason, and relatable. Now, I'm going to talk about in a second what I mean by discount reason, but I want to break this down. First of all, it starts off with a very, very staggering statistic. Over 6 million dogs were killed last year. Now, any dog owner that sees that will automatically stop and see, like, what is this ad about, okay? Below that, car accident statistics are scary and real. Okay, it strikes with a pain factor. Now, it's always important to make sure that in the first 5 lines of your ad copy, you put a link. So what I'm actually saying is that your ad copy can be as long as it wants, but as long as you want it to be. As long as you have a link in the first 5 lines, then that's good. That's what you want to do, because if somebody was convinced then and there that he wants to go and buy, or like he wants to go check it out, you want to give them that option. You don't want them to read through like 7 paragraphs before they can actually go into the website. So make sure to have a link in the first 5 lines, and you want to have the first 5 lines of your ad copy summarizing the entire ad in a way. So it's explained. It says here, over 6 million dog collars 6 million dogs were killed last year. Car accident statistics are scary and real. That's why we created the LED collar. Get yours here. Now, obviously, this does not completely explain the product, but it gives people enough information to, if they want to check it out, they can go and click the link. For those that want more info, they can go and start reading throughout it. So it starts off like that, and then I say, why 5 lines, by the way, because that's basically the fold. The fold is when Facebook start to have that see more thing. You know, sometimes you see an ad and it has like that continue reading or see more, where you have to click it and then it opens up. When your ad has more than 5 lines, then usually that comes up. So you want to make sure that the link is before that see more button, so they can actually click it without having to click see more. Before that, after that, you have 10% of profits are donated to the Soy Dog Foundation. That's just like honestly, if you can find a way to donate to charity with your product, almost always do that, because the thing is that increases conversions by so much, and that doesn't mean necessarily that you're losing money, because let's say we're donating 10% of profits, okay? We can just increase the product price of we can increase our products by 10%, like the cost of it by 10%, and then donate 10% of profits. It's worth it because you increasing the 10%, now the price by 10%, and then allowing yourself to donate 10% of profits, the conversion rates will just be much more higher. Obviously, this is only related to if your product has a reason, like it has a charitable cause. You don't do this just like for random products. But yeah, anytime you can do that, I recommend to do it. Under that, most of the time dogs are hit for a simple reason: they cannot be seen at night if for some reason they wander into the road. I'm just explaining to them what the product, I'm sending them on the idea of what happens and why it happens. The driver only spots them once it's too late. Even with a light colored dog, at night every dog becomes a hidden target. Now here I'm just like, I know a lot of dog owners, they will necessarily say, like, they think at least that if their dog is white, then he's more noticeable. So I'm basically solving that objection then and there. Okay. Below that, I put the link again, and then I push it a bit more and say 20% off for Dog Awareness Week. Use code LED. So basically giving them another reason to come and buy. Because I'm like slowly being more and more aggressive. If you notice, at the beginning, I'm just like offering the link, and then I'm offering the link with a coupon code, and then at the end, I'm offering a link with a coupon code with another scare factor. Because slowly you're convincing them more and more why they need the product and to give them more and more reasons to get it. Now, dog awareness, just like to give you a quick notice, I don't know what Dog Awareness Week is. I don't know if it even exists. But we just make up reasons to give coupon codes because, first of all, you always want to have a reason for your discount. It just doesn't look good, or it doesn't make sense to the customer when they see a discount or a coupon or anything that you're doing that doesn't have a reason. So if you're offering 30% off or free plus shipping or 1+1, always have a reason for it. It can be for Dog Awareness Week. It can be to celebrate our 5,000th order. It can be for our 2-year anniversary. Give a reason, because a reason that it just connects better in the customer's mind, in the user's mind, to see like, oh, they're actually celebrating their 1-year anniversary, so they're giving 10% or 20% off. Oh, they have 5,000. They're on their 5,000th order, so they're giving a free plus shipping offer. But when you don't have a reason and you're just giving out discounts like that, it just doesn't look good. Okay, so here the reason is 20% off for Dog Awareness Week. Use code LED. Sometimes we just make up the holidays and weeks just for the sake of giving a reason. Like we sold like this wolf. We were in this wolf niche, and we sold like wolf necklaces and wolf products. And in all of our ads, we had like 10-20% off for Wolf Awareness Week. And there is no such thing as Wolf Awareness Week. But it gives like a reason, and people are like, oh, cool, it's this and this awareness week, so it gives me a reason to buy, if that makes sense. And then under that, so how do we help stop these easily preventable deaths? Simple, make you and your dog more visible, just giving them more, convincing them a bit more. With our LED dog collars, you and your dog will be spotted immediately, no matter how dark, giving them like, making them understand what it actually does. And then again, the link, get the collar here, 20% off for Dog Awareness Week, use code LED, and then finishing up with don't become a statistic, which again just puts more stronger pain factor in it. Okay, so pain factor, the good in this ad is the pain factor, it's emotion driven, there's a reason for the discount, and it's relatable. Relatable means that I'm basically talking in their language. They know that I'm not just like this random advertiser or marketer that's just trying to profit, which I can be, obviously, but a good marketer, a good advertiser, a good salesman is somebody that the customer doesn't think he's selling for the pure profit of it. When a company sells something like this, love this LED collar, get it today for 50% off with free shipping, it's just obvious that the marketer wants to make money. Like there's nothing behind it, which is fine. Like I know we're doing things to make money, but the customer will most likely buy if they feel like they're buying from somebody that understands them, which is something like this. And this can turn a product from a loser to a winner. It can be the same product, but it can turn a product from a loser to a winner just by understanding the angle. Another one can be this product, for example. Now, this is like a Bitcoin coin, and I'll show you some videos in a second as well. But essentially, let me read through this. Part of the revolution emoji thing, like stop sign emoji, which grabs attention. We created 1,000 physical 24K Bitcoin coins to show our support. Get one here, link. These coins are limited edition, only 1,000 were made. Like with crypto, it's first come, first serve, and the price goes up by 3 cents every coin sold. So you know how it works. The earlier you get in, the better. Get yours here. Then if sold out, please don't email us. We won't create more. Now, again, there's a story behind it, and it's very relatable. Because I don't know how many of you understand cryptocurrency or like are invested or do anything in that niche. But this specific product is like a physical 24K Bitcoin coin. Okay. Now it starts off with part of the revolution because it's like supporting a cause. People that are in crypto, they believe in like this revolution of new currency. It's emotion driven because we're talking about like something that is part of a cause, of a revolution. There's a reason for the scarcity, which is only 1,000 made to show our support. We create 1,000 physical 24K Bitcoin coins to show our support. So that's the reason. And it's very relatable. Relatable meaning that I understand their mindset. So I'm saying Like with crypto, it's first come, first serve, and the price goes up by 3 cents every coin sold. So if you don't know how crypto works, it's basically like stocks, where the more demand there is, the more the price goes up. So essentially, the more people buy Bitcoins or any crypto, the price goes up. The more they sell, the more the price goes down. So I kind of took the same angle with that here. I'm saying, like with crypto, it's first come, first serve, and the price goes up by 3 cents every coin sold. So every time somebody buys, the price goes up by 3 cents. So number one, it actually gives them like another pressure reason, like, oh shit, I should buy it now because I don't want the price to go too high where it's going to be expensive. And it's like a cool little trick where it's like almost the same as crypto. So because if somebody buys Bitcoin or anything, the price goes up as well. So it kind of gives them like a cool mindset as well with it. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, that's that. And things to remember with ad copy, headline should always be an attention grabber. So the first line of your ad copy should always grab their attention. Anything that is related to the pain of the customer, the desire, or anything that's relatable. Okay. First 5 lines of the ad need to summarize the ad. Okay. So make sure that if you have long copy, some of your ads can only be 5 lines, which is fine. But if you're going with a long copy ad, then you want to make sure the first 5 lines kind of summarize the ad, where they understand what it is, so they can click the link and move on to the next page. In a way, you can't, at the end of the day, if you have a long copy ad, you can't, of course, explain the entire product in 5 lines, but have somewhat of in a nutshell. So if they've gotten convinced, they can click the link and move on. Make sure to plug the link in the first 5 lines. When you do that, spaces are considered a line. So any line that is basically like, a full space where the line is empty, that's considered a line. Like if you click enter and there's like a space between like sentences, that's considered a line. Anyway, make sure to plug the link in the first 5 lines, as long as you plug the link throughout the entire ad. Like every few paragraphs, plug the link. So if they got convinced through reading, they can just click on and move to the next page. So they don't need to like scroll up or down to find the link. And give a reason for scarcity or discounts. Just give a reason. It can be even, for all I care, make up a reason. As long as there's a reason to why you're offering a discount or to why it's limited. Emojis are great, by the way. You should really use emojis, but just don't overdo them. Don't exaggerate with emojis. So use one every few lines. Don't just like bombard it with emojis. It just doesn't look good. Again, this is not black and white. Some people, I know ads that work amazing and they bombard with emojis, but that just depends on the type of what you're trying to accomplish. But emojis add kind of like a soul to the ad. So if you have like a scary sentence, or like if you notice with the dog collar, you can see here over 6 million dogs were killed last year with a sad face. This really adds emotion. Like it's crazy how these things create like an emotional trigger in the user's mind. So use it to your advantage, because again, it adds more soul to the ad copy. Use link shorteners as well. Super important if you don't know that already. Don't put like those long links. Use Bitly or Google Shortener to take your product links and to shorten them to something that is easy to click on and that doesn't look bad on your ad copy. And when you're doing like ad copy or like more longer ad copy, try to keep your paragraphs no more than 2 lines. It's just more easily consumable. It's easier, a user sees that and it's easier to read through it. If you just have like a block of text, it's very intimidating and overwhelming, and most people will not want to read that and just move on. But when it has like 2-line paragraphs, it's much more easily consumable. The user sees that and he actually reads through it, and it's easier for him to read through it, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's that with ad copy. And the next video, we're going to talk about ad creatives, videos, photos, and all of that. So I'll see you there. Peace.